Hello and welcome to the podcast thing that did not at all got no problems at all. I'm Chris. This is Jack.
Have you ever wanted to be like buried under the ground? That's me right now.
Hello, Jack. And here's like Fred again. TwistedDanns was meant to be here, but he's not there yet. So yeah.
There's either like two possibilities, like either he hasn't gotten our messages yet or he's too busy to like consider joining for us, because he seemed really excited to talk about shitty Animation Studios with us.
Yeah, like, but okay, I'm gonna explain about the problem that almost killed this recording. Yeah, because like people need to know, why we are in such a shitty mood. Okay, so I went to the voice chat to start to get early on and be sure that I'll be there on time. And guess what happens? Discord does not compute with my voice input, and nobody can hear me. Right. I screamed a lot, and so I saw like I got into this help center of Discord, and eventually I got it fixed. But we got very stressed and very mad, both Jack and I.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the bigger rageaholic here than you are, Tris. You know, considering like in real life, I'll get mad over the shittiest, pettiest reasons.
You are underestimating me.
Yeah, I am. Like, I imagine if you ever like stubbed your toe, you would probably be like cursing.
Oh yeah, I did.
That happened to me before.
Yeah, like once I stubbed my toe, and like the big one, and I like yelled like and I think all the house could hear me. That was.
But is it true that we're finally recording in Audacity?
Yes, it is. Now maybe the fan won't be as annoying as it used to. I hope.
I hope that in Audacity our voices won't be lowered at random intervals.
Yeah, like that was.
I actually tried.
Yep.
I actually kind of tried doing that before with the other podcast things, like, and I realized, yeah, when we were recording, and I noticed it only recorded my voice.
Yep, we know that.
Okay, that was awkward. Let's move on into the news.
Yeah, the news.
I think we got news.
Okay, so like I'm gonna start like from the oldest to okay, so news next week on TOONAMI is a show that a lot of people requested to join the party, with My Hero Academia finally coming to the American TOONAMI.
You know, I'm kind of glad that it's coming, but you know, there's a lot of people that are pissed that it's taken too long for them to get it. You know, even though I think it's kind of a smart move to like air all 3 seasons like back to back.
Yeah, like, and it's gonna and it's gonna be like considered a long runner on the blocks too, because that's like that's gonna be 50 episodes when season 3 finishes, and so they're gonna take like a full year to no, it's gonna be like 60 episodes, and I'm pretty sure like season 4
it's basically like 60 episodes.
Yeah, like, and maybe season 4 will also be like started when they are into season 3, and because like Funimation is very fast with their dubs of My Hero Academia, it's actually like the best move they could do.
But, you know, it's just another. I mean, I'm glad it's coming to the block because it deserved to be on there, but we have too many long runners. I wish they had, like, more short shows, like 12 to 24 episodes.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure there's still people out there that wants Tiger and Bunny to be aired there.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
As unfortunate of me to say.
Yeah, like.
But yeah, I can't wait for Dragon Ball Z Kai to end and they replace it with Fairy Tail.
Please do not but here in France, like I said, we already had like the first season of My Hero Academia on TOONAMI, but you know, it's a different kind of TOONAMI, and so it's only the first season.
I should make an addition to the drinking game. Take a shot anytime Tris mentions a show airing on a French TV channel.
Yeah, but it's interesting sometimes, because there's like instances where a show is aired on that channel, and I remember the first time I watched Johnny Test was on Nickelodeon.
It's Nickelodeon France. It's a lot different. Shows that those channels have is a lot different than what we have here.
Yeah, but and to be honest, it was at the time it was like a Warner Brothers show, and really a show that airs on a Saturday morning block can be syndicated pretty much everywhere. But it's kind of funny because afterwards it aired on Cartoon Network, so it like complete swap.
Johnny Test was only produced by Warner's for its first season.
Yeah.
Pretty much from the second season on, it was done by Cookie Jar.
Which I think we are going to talk about Cookie Jar later in this podcast.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, because like they bought out a certain studio that we are going to talk about. But anyways.
All right.
News for the 10th anniversary of the manga, Yuru Yuri, is getting a new OVA.
Hell yeah! I love Yuru Yuri. It's the best slice of life comedy ever.
Yeah, it's like it's one of Jack's favorites, so I wanted to give like this light but happy news. And I also like Yuru Yuri because like my Twitter and Discord profile picture right now is Kyuko, but it's mostly because it's kind of an historic profile picture of mine.
It's a lot better than other shitty slice of lives like K-On! Or Lucky Star.
bastard.
Yeah, but I mean, I wanted to do something interesting with the recording, and it failed like fucking crazy. Like this is art. But yeah, like this is happening. We are going. Jack is gonna. I know what Jack is gonna watch in a few months.
Yeah, well, to tell you the truth, I thought the third season of Yuru Yuri was the weakest.
Yeah, it's the only one you didn't gave a 9. But anyways, we got a release date for the live-action Mob Psycho 100 TV series for Netflix. It arrives on May 22 of this year.
Oh, man, I don't care about live action. I care about 2D.
Yeah,
Besides, that live-action Full Metal movie was garbage, so I have no hope in any more live-action anime adaptations from Netflix.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna see it, especially if I'm someone that really enjoyed Mob Psycho 100. Also, Dragon Ball Evolution left a really bad taste in my mouth. I kinda didn't really want to see any more live-action anime adaptations ever since.
yeah, like, can we agree that the best anime adaptation to live action is Speed Racer?
I'd say Fist of the North Star was my favorite.
Sorry.
I see that.
Yeah, that seems fucking weird. But another good news, but more for which is more to cheer me up. There was a Kickstarter for making a Blu-ray for the old Gunsmith Cats anime, like because of the hype for the new projects, and the Kickstarter campaign had reached all its stretch goals. It ended on Monday, and it's so yeah, you Americans are getting Gunsmith Cats Blu-ray with tons of bonuses.
I don't really care. Not like that I hate the OVA, just that this is really something Chirs is wetting his underwear over.
Quite literally, if we talk about Raleigh Vincent.
Jesus Christ.
I need to. I'm thinking of all the soundbite I could put on this very moment. That is. Yeah. But okay, now we are gonna go in more like Western news. So Disney's
Western cartoon news. We never talked about that shit.
Yeah. Okay, so like Disney has ordered a new Star Wars animated series because we don't have enough Star Wars things going on.
Oh no, it's anime. Oh, it's anime inspired. God damn it. I thought we were out of the anime hump now.
Oh wait, it is? it is. I didn't. I just saw that on Nick and More and just put it the link because hey, that's news. We could talk about that, and I didn't even like. Oh yeah, like those. There's not a lot of like the outlines are so thin. Yes, it's anime inspired. This.
Okay, my favorite thing in this article is it says that Poe Dameron and Captain Phasma.
Wait, where?
In the article.
Oh yeah.
It's like the second paragraph.
Okay, so featuring the high-flying adventures that audiences of all ages has come to expect from Star Wars. Star Wars Resistance will feature the beloved BB-8 along his pilots, colorful new characters and appearance by fan favorites, including Poe Dameron and Captain Phasma, voiced by Oscar Isaac and Gwendolyn Christie, respectively. Oh, okay, and there's a kind of fun thing going on, like the idea for Star Wars Resistance came out of my interest in World War II aircraft and fighter pilots, say Filmation, which is the creator.
You don't have to read the article.
Yeah, it's it says that it's.
I was trying to make a joke about Poe and Phasma being fan favorites.
I see, but yeah, like World War what? Wow, he says that the show is anime inspired, but he also mentions World War II.
No, he probably was inspired by Miyazaki, since Miyazaki has a hard-on for planes.
Yeah.
Even though he isn't an anime guy.
Yeah, like, he wants to bone a plane. No, wait, no.
You need to, work on your timing with jokes.
Yeah, so
be like me, just throw a bunch of shit at the fucking wall. Hell yeah.
And see what sticks. Because that. Yeah.
I guess last bit of news is Nick is reviving Double Dare this summer because, of course, they just can't get enough of that 90s nostalgia.
That 90s money! And, totally tubular, dude! Fucking damn it. The only experience I got from Double Dare is the fucking Sanjay and Craig episode.
Yes. I remember when the Loud House did a Legends of the Hidden Temple episode.
Yeah. Okay, when is SpongeBob gonna do a Nick Game Show episode? I want
they won't.
Okay.
They won't.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe Pinky Malinky will make a Nick Guts episode.
I want. If SpongeBob. No, actually, no, SpongeBob can't cross over with anyone because, it's on a pedestal of its own.
Yeah.
Hell, it won't be able to get a spin-off series, which the Loud House was able to do after only, a few seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should see if there was more worthwhile news on Nick and More like this. Because,
that's just it. There wasn't anything good these past few weeks. I imagine, most of the anime crap you get on, My Anime List is just, niche stuff.
And, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know if... Is Shirobako niche? Because that's getting a movie.
You're more or less a niche show if you're not, action-y.
Yeah, and
or a comedy that can, appeal to Western audiences.
But yeah, in this, in this promotional image for the Shirobako movie, the main girl is doing the Gainax pose, so that's good.
Which makes no sense considering they don't work at Gainax.
Yeah, but you know, industry joke! Get it?
No, if it was an industry joke, she would have done like the shaft head tilt or the sunrise pose. That'd be even funnier.
Yeah, or the KyoAni or the KyoAni fists.
KyoAni jazz hands, your favorite signature move.
I'm doing it right now. But yeah, is that it for news?
I hope to God this is it.
Yeah. God damn it! Are we gonna? We were doing so well the last time. Why is this shitty now?
Because we don't have Clovis to like balance this out with his observations. Like, think about it. Fred doesn't say a whole lot. I'm basically just an asshole. And Tris, you're like hopped up on sugar. Cute girls.
Oh, you mean I'm a normal teenager then?
As normal as a otaku French kid can be.
What can I say? I'm delicious.
Alright, let's move into the topic. This will be a lot better.
Yeah, this will need a lot of sound bites to make this good. Okay, so remember last time we talked about animated features and why they fucking suck. Now we're gonna talk about animation studios that fucking sucks. See a correlation there?
Yeah.
Because there's none. Okay, so
Yeah, most. I just want to preface this by saying we're talking about animation studios whose, even if they did produce like a bunch of like decent or I guess passable works, their reputations are more or less known for like their low quality or like their propensity to like put out a shit ton of just garbage content over the years. That's more or less what we'll be covering in this little retrospective.
yeah, if we can. So, who's the first to be butchered? Any volunteers?
No, I'm really looking forward to like. I'm kind of nervous listening to like the results of this. I mean, you said the fan isn't a problem anymore, but you know. Well, to be fair, I listened to like some of the last podcasts. Our voices sounded a lot better.
Yeah, but
I mean, they were still coming out of like your laptop speakers, but
yeah, it was actually quite decent, and I mean, it was fun to listen to. I mean, it was at least fun to listen to, and the tomfoolery bits. Well, really, I thought really added funny stuff to that, to it. So I downloaded new music that could work as like a, but not too much, because if there was too much, it would be like fucking terrible. But yeah, I want to start with Dick.
you better not do the bit, or else I'll fucking leave.
I don't have to. You just did.
Oh, fuck you.
What can I say? Alligator.
You're a stinker. I'm not really.
Oh, okay. That's because I'm expecting that to happen. Somebody just called me during recording.
Okay, let's start with Fred and his least favorite animation studios.
Good idea.
My least favorite one my least favorite animation studio has to be like Filmation.
Oh, that.
It's so stiff, overused. Yeah, Filmation's animation is so stiff and such a bore to look at, and not only that, but they reuse animation almost all the time.
I mean, like, I remember I was watching some of, like, the Filmation Tom and Jerry shorts on Cartoon Network one time, and I was, like, kind of just blown away by how freaking awful it looked. Like, there were times where Jerry's, like, size would randomly change, and the background music was honestly some of the jankiest, like, 70s synth crap I've ever heard. It was really awful.
Speaking about like terrible animation, like I remember back then when I read John K's blog and he talked about Filmation, like he pointed out something I didn't notice. It's like when they had that whole shot where they showed like the back of somebody's head looking at someone, that the characters actually don't make like proper eye contact.
Well, I mean, like, John K. did work at Filmation.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what shows he worked on, but he said that was, like, one of the worst experiences he ever had in the industry.
Yeah.
They made him go on model.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his experience as Filmation that made him so crazy and so this detestable and so done with this shit.
No, I'm pretty sure it was his dad.
Yeah, like a lot of
the animation experience didn't help him.
Yeah. Like.
But Fred, is there like an example of a show from Filmation that you think is like the worst?
I guess the one that instantly comes to my head is like the whole Batman animated series. Because like that seems to like captured all the animation problems with, I mean not only animation but writing problems with Filmation, yeah, perfectly well. Yeah, everything's so stiff, nobody really moves. The writing is like pretty lame and and just kind of like not interesting.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with those, like, studios. Like, over time, their writing was more or less dumbed down towards kids, you know? It was more or less, like, writing level towards kids who thought that they, like, couldn't, like, you know, comprehend clever concepts or jokes. Hell, even storylines, for that matter.
Yeah.
That's the thing that, like, got me about, like, studios like Filmation with their animation studios. Like, not only did they have bad animation, they had really bad writing and stories.
Yeah.
Pub's junk, really.
It's honestly weird because, like, Filmation at the time was, like, really one of the more dominant television studios besides Hanna-Barbara. Filmation gave us shows like, and they have, like, contributed to pop culture with shows like Fat Albert and He-Man, but no one really remembers them because of, like, the animation. It's more or less because of, like, the characters were, I guess, solid marketable enough to, like, you know, get to, like, kids, like, buy toys and cereal.
I mean, what can I say? Like, Bill Cosby, but his hobbies is a great character design. I'm go print that everywhere. Yeah, Fat Albert is a bad idea.
Fat Albert was a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't want to get roofied now.
Yeah, like. Also, it reminds me that like Bill Cosby, like his court thing is done. Like he's in prison now. for good, I think.
Fuck yeah, fuck you, Bill Cosby, for creating a shitty cartoon for drugging women. Go to hell.
And there's actually video evidence of like Bill Cosby like walking out of his first court session or whatnot, and he just shouted, that happened.
I love that video. It's so stupid.
Hey, it's Fun Alberts.
Oh, that reminds me about that one He-Man thing. You remember like that model sheet where they had that character's hands upside down and they had to like follow that until like a new model sheet was made?
Yeah.
Man, even Filmation couldn't even stay on model with their like model sheets, and and their animation was basically just stiff most of the time.
Yeah. But like speaking of Filmation, like I don't know why, but like Gilligan's Planet has become a meme on Twitter for some users.
Oh hell yeah. You know, I honestly confuse Gilligan's Planet with like that one where the Fonz goes to like space with this alien.
Oh yeah.
I have to change studios soon. But yeah, I don't blame you, Jack, because like they're both like pretty because like they're both like absolutely absurd in concept, huge animation, and lackluster in writing and stories.
Yeah.
And even the Filmation and Hanna-Barbera styles look pretty similar to one another. I think like if you were like a real animation expert, you could tell the difference between the two.
I do.
Okay, lay it on me, Chirs.
Well, like the Hanna-Barbara's art style is a lot more cartoonish in the character design, but when it comes to like Filmation, Filmation can actually make some Filmation can do like different like the characters aren't always in 3x4 in their position, which in Hanna-Barbara it's usually like just the 3x4 stuff. Also, like the Filmation characters have got the stupidest work cycles on Earth.
Yeah. Also, we should also blame Filmation for giving us Ghostbusters and trying to like capitalize off the film's success by reviving their Ghostbusters and making a shitty cartoon.
And calling the Ghostbusters based off the cartoon Ghostbusters based off the film Ghostbusters, forcing them to call them the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah. Everyone is in a hassle in this situation.
Yeah. Man, they should have called the Ghostbusters 1984.
Yeah, we are completely ripping off like Penn's jokes, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, we're not gonna get arrested for plagiarism.
I mean, Family Guy is still on the air, so we can plagiarize all we want.
Oh, speaking of bad animation, let's talk about the Seth MacFarlane shows and how cheap they look.
Hey Loish, remember when we had good animation? There's no cutaway. Ha ha ha! Falls stupidly.
Like, I don't know. I'd say the first 3 seasons of Family Guy are a lot better, but I mean, the animation in those is more or less like, I don't know, comparable to like what The Simpsons was doing at the time, except The Simpsons had a little bit more polish.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were like some scenes in Family Guy that always bothered me. They always seemed like sped up, like when you're watching them on TV.
Yeah, like whenever I watch Family Guy and I pay attention to it, I feel like after it I feel like I'm much faster than I usually am. Bad animation makes me faster, I don't understand, and great animation makes me smoother in my movements. I think I'm an animated character.
But I know that like when the show switched, I guess shortly before it switched to HD, it became like a much stiffer show where like all the poses seemed like, and like movements seemed like automated, as if they were buttons on this like fancy doodad or something.
Okay, now we need the I imagine like the animators telling the intelligent computer, okay, now you make the silly full animation. Correct, I'm gonna do it.
If you're gonna like use an image for this podcast, use that one where like all the Family Guy characters are sitting down and they all have that like same face where they're laughing. You know the one I'm talking about.
Continue, Fred.
I was expecting you to bring up that whole thing where the guy made fun of the whole, made a picture making fun of the whole Seth MacFarlane animation thing, and through all of the common poses in all of his shows, or at the very least Family Guy, the whole standing up, laughing, and laying down with the hand behind the character's back.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
No, it was this like one shot from like an episode where all these characters were like at some banquet or something. They were all laughing, and I think the only one that didn't like daughter.
Shut up, Meg.
Does it seem weird that like Family Guy's animation is outsourced? Like it could just be animated within the country, considering like how stiff and mostly on model it is.
Yeah, at least with Family Guy, you can't criticize it for going off model.
Yeah, because it's actually pretty funny when it does.
But fuck, I don't know.
Hey, do you mind if I bring up like another video?
Sure.
Sure, there's no rules and...
Okay, this one might not count. Oh, yeah, there's the picture, Tris.
Yeah, continue.
Hey, make that nailed. So as I was saying, like, this next one, like, doesn't really count, because I think their animation wasn't so terrible at first, and they eventually got better after such a long time, but it still counts like Hanna-Barbara. It seems like shortly after like Scooby-Doo, the animation started becoming noticeably worse.
Yeah, I mean with Hanna-Barbera early on, like, you could more or less forgive like the weak animation because of like the character designs were so like striking and distinct. But like sometime, I guess after Scooby-Doo became like really popular and they started like copying that formula, it just the character designs pretty much became a lot weaker, and they just really went like crazy with like animation errors and recycled motions. Though it really got a lot better by like I guess the 90s when like you had a lot more creator driven projects, even though like stuff like they did like SWAT Cats and Pirates of Darkwater, that was all like outsourced to like Korea and stuff. And if I remember correctly, they're working like the late 70s and most of the 80s.
I know we were going to talk about Filmation, but like this, but I forgot to mention something more about Filmation. It's like for the longest time, Filmation refused to outsource any of their animation, and so much so that they made their whole tagline of their animated series, like, or at least the intro credits saying stuff like "Made in the USA."
I mean, it's commendable for them, but it's not like Filmation's animation was that great to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they couldn't outsource it. They couldn't outsource better animation.
Yeah, this is...
That'd be a great topic about is outsourcing animation a good thing or not?
Yeah.
Let's make that like another episode.
We got a lot of stuff to work. We got a lot of stuff on the pipeline. We'll come back to that someday.
Speaking of the effective Hanna-Barbara, it's like another thing that like kind of made the animation like the limited animation was supposed got really weak over time.
Yeah.
Or just writing some like jokes.
Like with Hanna-Barbara, like it started out like just as weaker like version of what you could find on theaters, which is fine, you know, it's TV, so and the character design is pretty charming. So yeah, I'm fine with that. But yeah, after Scooby-Doo, like hey, where they was just doing the same thing over and over again, which is make a Scooby-Doo ripoff and put one of our older properties in outer space. Also like yeah, and also like in the beginning, like Hanna-Barbara actually made some theater shorts, but they are just as weak looking as their TV stuff.
They actually made theatrical shorts like at the studio. That do you think like they'd have a bigger budget for those? And no, we're not talking about like the Tom and Jerry shorts they did. Like we're talking about like shorts after like the studio had already been established in doing television shows.
Yeah, Loopy de Loop. The worst fucking French character on in American fiction.
Wait, were these shorts distributed by Columbia?
I think so, I'm not sure.
Because that is so weird, like, how Columbia in the 50s, they were distributing the UPA shorts, like Mr. Magoo. And then, like, when they signed their, like, television, like, deal with Hanna-Barbera to, like, you know, distribute the Flintstones at the time, like, they also came out with these shorts, which more or less look like they're on par with, you know, Huckleberry Hound or Yogi Bear.
Yeah, and I mean those are fine with the mentioning of that you know their TV production and but like having the same.
Yeah, this looks great as a TV show at the time, but as theatrical shorts, no fucking way.
Yeah, but like it's like but yeah, I'm gonna show you like a picture from the very first short, and it just looks on par with some with Huckleberry Hound. And also,
I like to imagine this character breaks Triss because of the French stereotype.
no, I love Pepe Le Pew, but like, he's just a ripoff, and he's boring too.
Alright. If we could say what's the worst Hanna-Barbera show?
Well, I'm gonna say Loopy the Loop.
Oh, cheese.
Wait, what is Mon Chi-Chi's?
I think it was like based off of some Japanese toy line, like where the characters look like monkeys or something, and I guess and like this is back in like back in the 80s where most of the cartoons were based off of either already existing cartoon properties or toy lines or whatnot. And like Hanna-Barbera made an animated series out of that, and like what they did was like honestly just like very forgettable and bland. Like these funky characters in this case called like Mon Chi-Chi's, like they just like lived in trees and like some generic evil bad guy and some minions and there's like nothing really good about that at all.
Oh, come on. In the 80s, Hanna-Barbera gave us lots of crap like Smurfs and Snorks and Shirt Tails.
Yeah, the comic.
Compared to everything else like Hanna-Barbera made, the Smurfs looks far better.
Yeah, because it's actually a Belgian comic book!
Please, Triss, you've been screaming a lot these days. Today,
Sorry, I'm still mad! Sorry, I'm still mad about that, that thing that happened.
Yeah, you're mad. Loopy de Loop.
Yeah. That's a terrible name too. Like Pepe Le Pew is kind of it does sound good, but Loopy the Loop is just however you say it's just doesn't stick well.
Oh, speaking of Hanna-Barbera, let's talk about another studio closely related to them, Ruby Spears.
Oh, Ruby Spears. Like,
Ruby
so good
Spears. Super fighting robot.
Ruby Spears was more or less
Mega Man.
Ruby Spears. Jesus Christ, Triss, I was trying to say something informative, but you just interrupted me. Anyway, Ruby Spears was formed by two former Hanna-Barbera writers, Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, and they made like some cartoons that were popular at the time. Like they did the 80s Alvin the Chipmunks series, they did Thundar the Barbarian, they also did basically their style was more or less like the same as like Hanna-Barbera, and I think at like one point in the 80s they were actually both owned by the same company, or I could be wrong though. But I do know when like Turner bought like Hanna-Barbera in the 90s, they also bought Ruby Spears' library.
Also didn't they like made that show about like this teenager turning into a fucking car?
I think they did.
Oh yeah, it's called Turbo Teen. Oh man, that whole show's just a train wreck.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And also I mean, we are talking about like the bad fucking animation studios from your country, the United States of America. God bless them, but actually no, but we got our own shitty studio here. Dick!
Man, you sure we're stuttering a lot?
Sorry. I have bad diction since since I learned how to speak. It's terrible.
But yeah, Deke is a studio that we're all familiar with.
You might know them from the Sonic cartoons, the Mario cartoons, Inspector Gadget, or even if you had a miserable childhood, the Wacky World of Tex Avery.
Yeah, basically Deke is like, I don't know if I could call him the French version of Filmation, but which is kind of weird considering like how they're more or less well known for like adapting American properties instead of like, you know, being like a French studio.
Yeah, like Dick is the world champion of co-production with other countries. Like it's fucking crazy. First they did it with Japan, then they made with America and also some other European countries because like it seems like you always need to be a co-production with another country for a French show to getting actually good distribution worldwide.
Yeah, France, you know, if they ever made like a French cartoon for like a French audience, it'd probably just be like, I don't know. I was gonna make a joke about like French surrendering, but I don't think that would have worked.
Yeah. Oh, Twisted is joining us.
Oh no. Yeah, wait, he can actually talk about some of the studios he doesn't like now.
Come on in, TwistedDanns.
Come in, Clovis. You poor... Hell yeah!
Yes! Yes!
Hello, Dan.
Hi.
You are our...
About, like, Filmation.
You are
I am
our...
really sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. You are our fucking
We
savior.
still have an hour left.
I was finishing watching Wolverine, which was alright.
Yeah, he's going for the Marvel animes, guys.
Yeah, I have to put up with that series. So far, it's a little bit above average.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, right now we talked about some bad animation studios in the U.S. like Hanna-Barbara, Filmation, Seth MacFarlane's works.
Oh yeah, Seth MacFarlane. You know, I actually like Seth MacFarlane as an artist. I think he's a good voice actor, and when he actually writes the episodes, they can actually be good. But the shows he's produced are they're definitely not of the same quality as they used to when they initially started off, and I feel like it's only getting worse.
oh,
Yeah, it's been like more or less going downhill.
also
I
like
don't know like why, but probably.
also like Seth MacFarlane is an amazing singer.
Yeah, he actually is. And it's interesting because he can sing while also impersonating a certain character, which is actually pretty impressive. Like, he doesn't actually use his natural voice.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think the first time I heard him singing was like it's the opening sequence of the fourth Futurama movie, the worst one.
The worst one.
Wait, is this true? Is this...
Yes,
Which Futurama thing is this?
like it's like the one which is like it's like the fucking. It's a one where it is just where they I remember the name now. It's into the wild green yonder or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like it's like the Futurama movies are weird. Like they can be like some of the show's best, but sometimes they are just fucking weak as shit.
You know, it's something else I don't like about Fuzzy Door is that the shows kind of look the same. Like the way they position the characters to talk, like the camera angles, they're usually the same. Like, I mean, American Dad, they kind of like zoom in the perspective more or less, but they usually frame the shots more or less the same way.
Yeah.
And the way they frame it is actually kind of boring.
I mean, you can tell because Border Town was just at the exact same way of shot composition, and it wasn't a Seth MacFarlane show.
It had a worse art style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It looks really ugly.
But yeah, we got off.
Which is sad because Seth MacFarlane cartoons, like the ones that he's created at least, the art style of those shows are usually not that bad, especially compared to other adult cartoons, but
and even then the art style is kind of derivative of like The Simpsons. Hell, I'm pretty sure that Family Guy's art style was like the inspiration for Go Animate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Caillou, you are so Caillou, you're right there. Okay, so you are grounded for like insert an amount of years.
Anyway, we got off topic. We're going back to McFarlane. Let's go back to Teak and their worst output.
Okay, so what would be like the fucking worst thing that Dick has done to the animation industry? Let's see. There's ton of shit I could say. I could say Captain N. They worked with Hanna-Barbara on Captain Planet. They did The Wacky World of Tex Avery. They did Super Duper Sumos. Ton of fucking shit shows.
They did like Jesus Christ.
They did Sonic Underground.
A lot of shit. Oh no!
Oh my god. Sonic Underground.
Oh man.
Yeah, I actually don't hate Sonic Underground as much as a lot of people do, but it's a very weak show.
Yeah, I hate it with my I hate Sonic Underground so fucking much. And I'm not even a fan of Sonic SatAM.
Which a lot of people say is Deke's best show, but compared to like other cartoons at the time, it is freaking mediocre.
Yeah, we talked about that on the pilots, but nobody saw.
And even then, even when Deke goes like one step forward, they always have to go 2 steps back anyway.
Yeah. Like the best Sonic cartoon is Sonic Mania Adventures.
Yeah, a lot of people have been praising it. I haven't seen it yet. I'll check it once I have time. I like SatAM and Sonic Boom. I think they're good.
Yeah, Sonic Boom is good too, though. Like the first season is just okay.
This isn't the Sonic podcast. I'm sorry.
Yes,
It's
that's the
okay.
Pizza
It's
Party
okay.
podcast. They're the ones who focus too much on Sonic.
It's
No, it's
okay.
really Nolan. It's just Sonic.
It's okay. I said that we were bringing back the Sonic cartoons theme when we eventually get Nintendo.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, but okay. So to avoid talking about like fucking Sonic Underground, I'm gonna go with Wacky World of Tex Avery.
I think that might be even worse because, like, I remember, like, the intro for that being really... I didn't understand at the time how it was, like, floaty, but now I kind of do.
Welcome to the Wacky World. Fucking god, that theme song stuck in my head for years. And I used to...
It's kind of an insulting opening. It's just really stupid.
Yeah, and like I used to like this show when I was a stupid kid, but and now it's kind of a guilty.
I also used to like Robot Boy when I was a stupid kid.
And like I still think it's kind of a guilty pleasure because it's just so strange. Sometimes like. And but yeah, like everything is just so bland looking, just but at the same time they it seemed like they tried at least to mimic the Tex Avery art style without emulating the animation style, and it looks fucking gross.
Yeah, I mean, like, when compared to, like, having a theatrical budget and TV budget, there was no way they were ever going to, like, mimic the MGM shorts.
Yeah.
It's just, like, I can't even watch Wacky World of Tex Avery because, like, it just feels like a spit in the grave of, like, a legendary animation director. Like, very, very admire.
Yeah, but...
People feel the same way about Teen Titans Go.
You know, those guys are babies. This Wacky World of Tex Avery is much worse because it tries to like pay tribute to him, but it just fails miserably. It's just a disgusting mess.
Yeah, like they. Yeah, and like it's also there's like one of the characters that from the numerous segments of this show is like an underdog parody. Why a fucking underdog parody on a tribute to Tex Avery?
Because you know, it would be even better if they had a Quickie Koala parody.
Yeah, they had that. Like, just do what if you were going to just do whatever the fuck you wanted with old animation, why did you have to trademark it as just one animator that only fucking did that the only characters that people remember he made are Bugs Bunny and Droopy, and maybe he did Daffy Duck too. I'm not sure. Considering some
I
of
mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I'd say like he created Daffy Duck with like Clampett, and Bugs Bunny was like he more or less like finalized like the character that we more or less know.
Yeah, but I mean,
even then, Tex Avery wasn't a director that focused on like star characters. He more or less just like one shots. He was more like a gag man.
Yeah, but like
I want to tell you about like one thing. I want to tell you about like one thing that like the one major thing that like annoys me the most about the Wacky World of Tex Free. I could like forgive everything else if it weren't for the fact that the show felt like it used every single generic joke in existence.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've seen a lot of instances of cartoons doing that. Like, every week I always find a cartoon that's just kind of recycling more or less the same types of jokes that others do.
Yeah, like, but something about the Wacky World of Tech Savvy is that they were allowed to show weapons. Well,
why?
Well, like fucking droopy master. Well, the droopy shorts that were in between Tom and Jerry kids couldn't. And I remember they made a fucking joke. They made a joke about how they couldn't use actual weapons in those droopy shorts, and it's actually kind of fun. It's kind of a funny meta joke that comes out of nowhere, but that's.
But let's face it. Even when Hanna-Barbera was at their lowest, it's still a lot more bearable than like whatever Deke did.
Yeah, but like it's
with Hanna-Barbera.
Like Hanna-Barbera.
Chirs.
Yeah, with Hanna-Barbera, I felt like they were trying to put heart and spirit into it, and it's like they just put it out there to make I felt like they just only put it out there to make money, like nothing more really.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Although, yeah, I actually agree. Like, they actually licensed Sailor Moon. I have to check that out.
Yeah, they licensed it in like the 90s. Like, that's how like a lot of people were introduced it here in the West. Like, apparently they also licensed Saint Seiya.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, like I'm gonna put the theme song in somewhere in the podcast, because I mean that is the most 2000s thing ever made in humankind, but on a fucking 80s anime. That is so.
Yeah. But Hanna-Barbera technically doesn't exist. It's just Warner Bros. Animation now.
Yeah.
Like, mainly during like the last part of the 90s, Hanna-Barbera just became like studio to like produce Cartoon Network originals, and then when like Time Warner bought Turner, it just absorbed Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
All the
I guess one
Hanna-Barbera
could say
properties
that
absorbed into Warner's. Well, the studio just became Cartoon Network Studios.
Actually, I got
kind of. It's more that like Hanna-Barbera. You're right. They did like produce Cartoon Network originals, but then in the 2000s, Cartoon Network Studios came, and then they were responsible for animating the originals, and then everything that were exclusively owned by Warner's, they were produced by Warner Bros. Studios.
Okay, so the reason why.
I guess one could say.
Okay, so the reason why all that is because like Joseph Barbera kind of died in 2001. So the Hanna-Barbera name became so Hanna-Barbera Studios became Cartoon Network Studios, and because to be honest, the last non-Cartoon Network show that was made by Hanna-Barbera was the Dumb and Dumber cartoon, which is actually pretty okay, and Bill Hanna, after the death of Joe Barbera, he continued working on Warner Brothers, and worked on a few episodes of What's New Scooby-Doo before he died in 2005. So that's why we don't use the Hanna-Barbera name anymore, because the creators died.
Oh, speaking of Deke's demise, you want to know what the last show they ever produced was?
Yes, I know, it's Sushi Pack.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a great way to end your fucking studio.
Sushi Pack. That I watched that show. It is just mediocre. It's not even the worst thing ever. It's like, okay, this is mediocre and it exists. And then they got bought by Cookie Jar.
Yeah, Cookie Jar, which was like a Canadian production company, formerly known as Cinar.
Maybe it's pronounced like Frenchly, but I'm not sure.
I just did a little bit of research, and by research I mean Google. Well, Cartoon Network Studios was technically founded in 1994, but it was just a division. It was a division of Hanna-Barbara cartoons. So, yeah.
Yeah, when like the Hanna-Barbara name was like went down, like let's just call it let's just make Cartoon Network Studios the new handle for it, and let's just end Hanna-Barbara.
Did anyone notice the change? Like, I definitely noticed like a sort of art style change, like the Powerpuff Girls when they started getting produced by Cartoon Network Studios.
That was when like Chris Savino became like the showrunner, and this was after the movie.
Yeah. But it was a little bit before. I think Greg McCracken was still working on season 4, and season 4 was when they were adapting the Powerpuff Girls movie art style. It wasn't complete, but there are some episodes where you can tell that it has that same art style.
I think it just
Dexter's Laboratory also looked digital.
Yeah, like
season 3 and 4.
Okay, so for Dexter, it was kind of a soft reboot of it by Chris Savino, because like Cartoon Network like ordered 2 new seasons of Dexter, even though like even
it was cancelled.
It was cancelled. Well, more like ended, and like Denny Tartakovsky was already working on Samurai Jack. So like they ask, hey you, Chris Savino was not at all a sex offender. Let's continue our shows. And for Powerpuff.
Actually, I was just thinking about the Dexter's Lab art style when Savino was like the showrunner. Apparently, it was actually like a carryover from Ego Trip, if you remember that like TV special from '99.
Oh yeah, that did look a bit more geometrical than the actual show. I mean, I only saw.
It's also where like Mandark's lab from like, you know, the Savino years. That was actually like where it came from.
Yeah. If you check the Billy and Mandy pilot, which was animated in Hanna-Barbara, you can also tell the difference. No, to be fair, it is a pilot. They always make changes. So, yeah.
But like I mean, we agree that season 4 was better than the season of Dexter was better than season 3, because at least it got. I think season 3 is where there's the stuff that a lot of people consider like the bad stuff, like that.
I thought those episodes were pretty funny, but they're kind of a step down from the Gendy.
Yeah, like.
Years.
The show was already weird, but it got somehow weirder, and also like in season 4 they made tons of even shorter segments, so like there was like or maybe it was just a regular segment that felt very fast, and which I I think there's one season of the Savino era that doesn't even have original title cards. It's just, hey, look, here's like the.
Look, can we can we just agree that Savino is not that much of a great artist?
It's
yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's okay to criticize him now since he's an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, the Oedipus.
I just find it so weird this guy drew an incest comic and was able to still get like more professional work for getting out and
Man, lots of artists, they have their own like weird sexual fantasies, like the manga artist of Rurouni Kenshin, which is coming out of hiatus!
Even though he's a pedo!
Oh god. I'm fine with artists having their own weird kinks, you know, as long as no one's actually being hurt, and I'm completely fine.
Yeah, but the mangaka of Rurouni Kenshin had child porn.
Oh god.
yeah, that's not an excuse. No pass, go to jail.
But yeah, Twisted. What bad animation studios out there do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think you guys pretty much pointed out all of them.
No, there's still one. Illuminations Studios.
Which, yeah, I guess. To be honest, like, I don't really know any animation studios that are terrible. I mean, because the thing is, like, I pretty much have my issues with all of them. I mean, there are some I like more than others, but I don't think there's one I hate. So, yeah, at the very worst, I have studios that I have pretty mixed opinions, but not really hate.
Yeah, but like...
I mean, with these studios we talked about, it was more or less like their reputations were like mostly negative, even if they did like come out with good stuff at one point.
Yeah, like Dick made good animes, and Hanna-Barbara did had some charming stuff at their start, and Filmation. Well, I can't think of something good from Filmation, but maybe it'll come.
Illumination's problem is that like they're just so mediocre and they don't even try to like get out of their comfort zone. I mean, Pixar is always like trying to be like at the cutting edge of CG technology and quality storytelling, and DreamWorks is like, yeah, they're hit or miss, but at least they try to like vary it up with every film. I mean, with like their models and such. I mean, storytelling is like a completely different thing, but Illumination, they just like to stay in their lane with like, you know, formulaic marketable crap like Minions,
and also
then they do like just generic films that rip off other films like Singers, Secret Life of Pets,
and
yeah, I kind of agree. Like, Illumination is one of the most unchallenging studios out there.
And yet they are one of the, they got one of the biggest like box office results with Disney, and it just makes me sad.
I mean, to be honest, Disney hasn't really been as challenging with their films recently.
Yeah, but at least they're good.
Yeah, I guess they're good.
I mean, compared to Illumination.
Well, though to be fair, Disney never came out with something as amazing as Hop.
Directed by Tim Hill.
Who's going to direct the third SpongeBob movie?
I'm mixed about about Tim Hill being back on SpongeBob, because he was pretty freaking good when working on SpongeBob, but at the same time he's directing, and we all remember the wonderful movies that he gave us: Garfield 2, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Hop. All masterpieces.
Grumpy Cat's Christmas.
Oh yeah, he also did Grumpy Cat's Christmas. I forgot. I always forget that this movie exists.
We talk about like the Pizza Party podcast, but like I remember one time Ken and a whole bunch of other people talked about the Grumpy Cat Christmas movie, and Ken apparently said that the movie apparently ended with a rape joke, and the thing is, since I haven't seen it, I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh god.
I mean, I remember there was a bit in the Grumpy Cat film where they talked about like Gary Sharon from Extreme, like in his time in Van Halen, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? No one's gonna get that.
You know, now that you reminded me of the podcast, remember that review Pan did on Dougal?
Oh yeah, that movie.
Oh yeah.
I have a question. I have a question. When he initially uploaded that video, did he put Harvey Weinstein in the title?
No.
Yeah, no, that was, I think he like updated the title like after the Weinstein thing happened.
Yeah, that's what I that's what I suspected either, because I honestly did not remember the Weinstein, but suddenly after the controversy I saw that in the title and I thought, wait, was it always there, or maybe I'm just noticing now because it's a trendy topic? I don't know.
If anything, I don't remember him making fun of Weinstein much. Like, he mentioned the Weinstein Company, but he seemed to make more fun of like the celebrity actors and Butch Hartman writing the film.
Yeah, exactly. He made more fun of Butch Hartman's dialogue writing.
Which I should put.
I mean, in his defense, it kind of works for the title, because it also has the 8th worst cartoon ever, and you know, anyone who's still fired up over the whole Harvey Weinstein thing can look at the title and say, yeah, that's right, Harvey Weinstein produced this shitty ass movie, I'm gonna watch it because I hate Weinstein, you know.
I mean, this was like back in the 2000s when like this whole shit about him like being a sexual harasser wasn't like really known. I mean, it was probably known to like, you know, industry insiders, but not like to the general public.
To be fair, Pan put in a clip of some ceremony, and someone said, when I first heard about Monsters Inc., I thought it was a documentary on the Weinstein. So
maybe
yeah, it
that
was
a McFarlane joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, McFarlane referenced the fact that, you know, he's a dirty, perverted, creepy, predatorial scum.
Yeah, like
Man, that
he knew about Weinstein and like Kevin Spacey.
yeah, he sure did.
It all comes back to Seth MacFarlane. He's
Man, fuck like The Simpsons predicting everything. Family Guy predicting everything is the wave of the future.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
And again,
I can't wait for Bob's Burgers predicting something now.
no.
I
It
want
has to
Bob's.
be Family Guy, because Family Guy is basically The Simpsons, but edgier.
Or The Simpsons is nowadays Family Guy, but more family friendly.
And also, is a lot is a lot slower when it comes to picking up the trends.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching this review of Pie Guy Rules, and apparently they were parodying Minecraft. Like, when was the last time Minecraft was popular? I mean, it still is, but not as popular as before.
Oh, come on! Adventure Time's doing a Minecraft special this year. It's still relevant.
They are.
I mean,
I guess if you were to look at it from
Bart is a 10-year-old, right? So he likes so as a 10-year-old he still likes Minecraft.
I mean, in the 90s, he was probably, like, playing Super Nintendo. I don't know what games he played, probably normie games, like Super Mario World.
It's a good though.
I guess that whole Simpsons Minecraft thing could still be considered fun. You could look at it from an internet perspective. Brad Bricks and Minecraft.
Okay, there's no way they would know about that.
No. That seems more like a reference that Family Guy would do. Because it involves Inspector Gadget, so... Oh, it involves 80s animation! Let's do this. That's because Family Guy do love...
Family Guy has so permeated our culture. We make, like, shitty videos on the internet channeling the hack writing of Sephy Seth.
Okay, also...
But he's not even writing those episodes.
Yeah, but just remember, if you're the creator of the show, you take credit for everything. Like, Walt Disney, he animated all those movies. Even when he died, his spirit was able to, like, go into all these animators and do the work for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I even remember, I don't know if, like, I remember, Robo Buddies was planning on making a video called Seth MacFarlane Hack Writer, and she eventually abandoned that project, and if I had to guess, it's probably because she noticed that Seth MacFarlane doesn't actually write for Family Guy.
Yeah, like how...
Good thing she checked before actually going out with it.
I don't know, man. But, okay, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, like maybe like Robot Chicken. This could do like a reference to the McPatey Brown Minecraft thing.
That reminds me of how, like, recently Robot Chicken did a sketch with Michigan J. Frog and Pepe the Frog.
I saw that, I instantly made a vow to never watch Robot Chicken. Ever since then. And also, never forget that Robot Chicken did a Homestar Runner sketch recently in 2018.
Yeah.
Who remembers that show?
No! Homestar Runner is timeless, unlike the Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, but it was like the subpar Robot Chicken sketch where like there's two kinds of Robot Chicken sketch: the ones that are clever and the ones that are just hey, let's kill those famous characters. Or
let's have these characters do bad things to one another. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Robot Chicken.
Hey, let's have a sketch where it's just a really dumb idea happening. Even as like a former robot, even though as a Robot Chicken fan, like the one thing I hated were those 1 second sketches where like stuff like a vampire like offering its babies for adoption like puppies, and it's like, where's the joke?
I actually kind of like those jokes. I'm not really a big fan of the ones featuring like their core like stuff like He-Man or Transformers or
Honestly, I don't like any of their parodies. I think they're kind of shallow.
To to be honest, like Robot Chicken is kind of like it's like Family Guy cutaway gags, but in stop motion, and it's just the cutaway gags, no context.
Yeah, but you know, with the cutaway gags, I can forgive them because, like, they're quick gags that are specifically designed to kind of keep. So even when the joke is like, oh, it's these characters being put in a situation that's kind of edgy and adult, like for instance the Jetsons or something like that. And yeah, it's kind of a cheap joke, but you know, like it's designed to be that way, so I can kind of tolerate and actually get a laugh out of it. But Robot Chicken, like their skits can be like 4 minutes long, and I'm like, this is all you have as material? Like, if you're gonna be like a parody, you might as well like be a really clever parody that makes fun of like specific details of a show that only really a fan can notice and can appreciate the parody even more.
I thought the whole... Sorry.
No, you can speak.
I thought the whole thing about Robot Chicken was that it was more or less like taking these like toys or characters and just like, you know, reinterpreting them in like a new way. I guess to like emulate what kids would probably do with like these toys when they were younger, having them do like outrageous shit.
Yeah, that is a good interpretation of it. Also,
I mean, I'm not saying that can't be funny. It can, but I just feel like Robot Chicken doesn't actually put that much effort to be that clever. They just kind of come across as cheap jokes to me.
Yeah, I mean, as the show has gone on, it has gotten a lot cheaper. It's kind of like, when will Adult Swim cancel this? They probably won't, along with Squidbillies.
yes, it's still going. It's never going to end. Also, sorry guys, but I like Squidbillies. I'm sorry, I got shit taste.
Yeah, you have well, at least Venture Brothers is never gonna end, which I'm glad, because I need to watch that show.
I need to watch that too.
I need to watch it too.
I guess I also have to watch it since everyone else is saying it. Oh, whatever.
It's better than Rick and Morty.
Okay, Morty, we got. Okay, now that I'm interpreting, I can interpret Rick good because I always shudder. That's a good thing.
You're more like a Morty since you're young. I'm more like Rick because I can do that guttural voice like this. I can't burp. Naturally, I just gotta like pretend I'm burping.
Yeah, you know, I get kind of salty whenever people, like sort of blame, like not even blame, just kind of accuse Morty of being a bad influence. Like, believe it or not, I've actually seen people make similar complaints to that. And I'm like, but he's not really supposed to be that. Because I think it's because a lot of like young people sort of take inspiration from Rick. And wait, hold on. Did I say Rick or Morty before? I think I said Morty.
You said Morty.
Morty. I think Rick. You meant Rick.
Oh, like I meant Rick, but I think I said Morty before. If I said Morty, it was a mistake. Because the thing is, like, a lot of young people kind of take take inspiration from Rick, and I guess because of that, people are now kind of expecting Rick to be a better influence, and that kind of like leaves me baffled because that's not really what he's supposed to be.
Why would you want to be an alcoholic?
No, I want to be like Rick. I want to turn myself into a pickle and say, I'm Pickle Rick!
Yeah. because you know Rick is this like sort of cynical nihilist who has control of everything and wins all the time. So I guess some young people like kind of like that. But you know, I don't get why now because of that like Rick has to be this sort of like has to like play the role of some sort of role model. No, he's not supposed to be that.
Oh, jeez, Rick, I'm gonna, this is a terrible impression, just like that time where Mother's Basement did a video.
Morty, lick my balls, Morty, lick my fucking balls. And then when you're done with that, you gotta jerk my number.
Yeah,
My number.
I think the first time I noticed this was, you know, we keep coming back to the Pizza Party podcast. I don't know why. But whatever. Like, I remember this one podcast where the Odd Ones Out, like, said that there was a moment in Rick and Morty that felt kind of cringy, where Rick said to Beth that we're both, like, sort of emotionless. That's what makes us smart. And Odd Ones Out, like, said that moment was cringy because he's not picturing, like a lot of young people, like, seeing that line and sort of like taking inspiration from that. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but that's not really the point of Rick's character, you know. So I don't know why you have to blame the writing, you know.
I remember, like in a Rick and Morty comic book where Rick said that juice was just like the stupid in between fruit and alcohol. So now I'm gonna drink alcohol now, even though I'm not 18 yet.
Yeah, when you're 18, you can finally watch Kill la Kill.
I already watched the first episode.
Wait, that's R-rated? Really?
No, I mean on Adult Swim it was rated TVMA. Which means like you have to be 17 and up to watch it. Chirs is a family-friendly kid. He can't handle nudity.
Hey, I've seen Project Echo. That got like a few booby shots.
That's an old anime, and you love old anime because they're more family-friendly.
No. That's like like this is. I mean, there's like so much more censoring now. You are so wrong. Like you could shoot like in old animes. You could show.
I think I only see censorship in the violence. I don't really see that much in the sex. Like they're not really that.
They censor sex, usually like nipples and private parts, like they'll have like a reflective light, because apparently they're okay with censoring adult privates but not children for some weird reason.
Yeah, I can get that.
Also like
although one thing I don't. Sorry.
In old anime, you could show like boobies with nipples and still be PG-13.
But there's also like 2 episodes of Gurren Lagann where I can see a boy's penis. So what's up with that?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, in Dragon Ball, like there were like lots of episodes where Goku, like, when he was a kid, like, and he was always running around naked and you could, like, see his penis.
Yeah, it's a weird censorship, like, weird censorship rules that I don't really understand, to be honest.
Yeah, and, like, something that was, like, I remember, like, the first time I discovered that manga rules of censorship is a lot more different than anime, is when, like, my sister, like, gave me, like, this kind of weird seinen manga, where it's basically, like, imagine Clone High, but it's a drama and seinen manga.
Called again.
So like I don't remember what it's called, but I got it in my room, so I'm gonna like pick it up and see like the name of it.
Okay, I'm now very curious.
I have no real feelings whatsoever.
Oh yeah, this. God damn it, where is it? No, it's not Chijo. Oh, I found it! Okay, so it's called After School Charisma. Let me just look it up on Mal.
What's the name of this shitty manga?
After School Charisma.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, so it's like
this is a lot more recent.
Yeah, 2008 to 2014, like, and there's actually a scene where they go into the girls' locker, and they showed the nipples, and that's how I knew that rules for like
this literally is just Clone High, but more dramatic.
Yes, yeah, no, right? That's like fuck. And
I
they even have a John F. Kennedy here.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc.
I gotta see this.
Back to them, Gandhi.
Also, like
Gandhi's not in it, unfortunately.
Also, there's a character that's Hitler, but he's super nice.
Yeah, they have Hitler.
I gotta read this now.
No, I have to check this out. This looks kind of interesting.
I'm not gonna read it though because I don't have time.
I think like there's one of the girls kind of looks like a yandere. But I don't know if it's I think it's Florence Nightingale, but like this is like this is like the weirdest thing I've come across in my otaku days, like a dramatic seinen manga that's just Clone High. That's just
yeah. I'm really glad it only has 72 chapters. I think I can.
Yeah, it's got 12 volumes. It's pretty short compared to like other manga.
okay. So yeah, like I'm gonna look up what else does the author of this. Okay, so another thing he did got a. Oh my god! One of his other works is named, and I quote, is named Versailles of the Dead.
Is what?
Like one of his other works of the author of this thing that I got right here, and one of his other works is named Versailles of the Dead. You know that?
Is that like, is it like Rose of Versailles except it has like zombies?
Okay, so yeah, it seems like it's just Rose of Versailles but with zombies. Like, I think this is like, remember like that shitty movie Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Well, I think we got this. I think we found the manga equivalent of that now with this Verse of the Dead. Yes, and I'm one.
Okay, so this artist. There's another one called Okago no Karishuma, and it has like a weird cover. Like it kind of looks like it just has 4 panels. It's kind of weird.
Maybe it's like there's no pen. Maybe it's like just a 4 thing where it didn't even got published. That's also the case for the Space Patrol Luco manga that was made by an entire artist.
I'm not surprised that you would be like very disappointed with the Luluco manga.
Oh, I thought it was pretty fun, you know.
Well, I guess it's all the time we have for today.
Yeah. Sorry for
Anything else to say?
we are kind of like this was kind of like we were kind of like you know how those fucking video game reviewers says about Sonic that he got a rocky start in 3D, then Sonic Generation happens and it was good now, but now we made Sonic Forces and it's bad again. This is this podcast. Like we were rocky at the start, then Twisted came along and got better, and now it's just bad again.
I mean, I'm hoping we're able to get, Kiryu and Red Wine for the next one.
Yeah!
Listen, all we need is the mysterious Mr. Enter in this movie.
We talked about this. He won't
want to come on. He doesn't really interact with most people, probably because of his reputation.
Okay, so
that's actually very true. I've noticed that he's not very.
Okay, so
I noticed that he's not very active online.
Twisted. Oh, actually, the Okago no Karishuma it's just like the 4 commas that are in the After Cool Charisma manga. So it's why it doesn't have any cover. It is on the High School Charisma books.
Okay.
So yeah, this was the podcast thing, number 5. I really hope you liked it. Please God.
I just hope you realize that your childhood was never that good, and you have nostalgia goggles.
Yeah, and that most manga and anime are formulaic and derivative crap.
Yeah, and if you watch anime, you're probably a degenerate.
Yeah, I know I'm degenerate.
I think Fred is probably sane out of all of us, even though he has his own weird quirks.
Yeah. I was Tris. Who were you? He were Jack.
I was Twisted.
I want to die.
Well, you know what's gonna die? This recording. I mean, the fact that we are recording is gonna die. Fuck, this joke didn't work.
Well, jokes fall flat a lot, so
Yeah.
It makes you relatable because a lot of people also struggle to make jokes. That's the point of this podcast, to make everyone feel like anyone can join this podcast,
Yeah.
It's just like you.
Yeah, except no one ever joins this server, and it's pretty much like inactive most of the time.
Yeah, I think it's partially my fault because I'm not a very active.
No, it's not your fault.
He doesn't invite many people. And I can't invite people on there because like they won't see it on their Twitter timelines.
Hey, it's okay, guys. Don't feel too bad about it. So recording stops in 3, 2, 1.